Hello, welcome to the Honest Wargamer. I'm your host, Rob. Welcome to the Wednesday show. We do the Wednesday show every day live on Twitch with the Honest Wargamer Twitch crew, twitch.tv/honestwargamer. You guys are live right now. If you guys, big shout out to Duck Guts in the chat, have joined us live, thanks for saying hello. Love you tons. Love you tons. Sinful Gaming, Warhammer Rob, what up? I hope you're all well. If you listen to the podcast, I'm going to be talking about the new Age of Sigmar app today. So you might want to jump over onto YouTube. And if you're one of the YouTube thugs, leave a comment, hit subscribe. If you don't hit subscribe, you're obviously a monster and I hate you. Hey, Archeon's chosen. It's the Wednesday show. Now, today we're going to be looking at the brand new Age of Sigmar app, which I think was like uploaded an hour ago. This is really important to the Age of Sigmar community specifically, because previously we had an amazing app. And the way our app worked before was you got the app was free. You didn't have to subscribe or anything. And all of the war scrolls were free, which was great. And then if you purchased the book inside the app, it gave you the access to like spell laws, command traits, like allegiance abilities and other stuff. But the war scrolls were free. Now, I've downloaded the app. I've logged in. I've gone into Warhammer Community. So I haven't used it yet. I know some of you guys are pretty excited. You're already in the chat. So I'm going to jump straight in and use it. I even spent a few minutes this morning. Let me just see if I've done this right. It was more than a few minutes, if I'm honest with you. Boom. There we go. It's live on screen. There's my phone right now. I'm getting a call, which I won't be answering. Right, okay. So here we go. The Warhammer app. So Bosch, first time we've used this. So I won't be checking any app stuff at the moment. I'm just going to be like you guys tell me issues as they come up. This is my first experience. So number one, it worked and you could log in, which was massive. Yeah. Let's go to core rules. And it looks like the player's code is in here, which is not a PDF, which is lush. Big fan of that. Oh, I can just do this. Like, you guys can just do it with me. I can like look at the same time. This is good. We don't care about the player's code though. Age of Sigmar core rules. Oh, table of contents. Oh, lush. Go to wounds. Love that. Not a PDF. Impressive shit. This is exciting. This is very, very exciting. Love all of this. So let's go to that. Designer's commentary, core rules. Designer's commentary. Oh, so is these the FAQs? Battalion Sylvaneth. Is that the only thing that's in Sylvaneth? Is this on Ploos? This is available on the it's on the Android App Store. I don't know about Apple. I would never use an Apple product, but it's on the Android App Store. Is where I've got it. Broken Realms Techlist, Marathi. Sorry. Okay, so it looks like some of the FAQs are in here. I'd love you guys. No Seraphon Battle Time Low. Sylvaneth Errata, no, seems legit. What's the Sylvaneth Errata? It's no. Can you? No. This is going to have some... Can you screen cap this? Lush. Love that. That's great. This is going to be very memeable for the next few days. Big fan of that. So having this be the source of the FAQs at the same time as everything else is fantastic. The errata changes are applied in the War Scrolls. That's great, Nezil. That's really, really positive. So far, looking really good. Now, reference. This is really important, and I think I already know the answer to this. But I don't own anything, so I do actually own some stuff on the old app, but I intentionally signed in with it like my other email, so that like none of my purchases would transfer across. So this is what it would be like to a new user, not to someone who'd already purchased stuff. If you have purchased stuff, I'd love to know. Glitterworld Vagabond, thank you for subscribing. Great name, Glitterworld Vagabond. So we're going to go to Skaven. War Scrolls. The War Scrolls are free. Amazing. Okay, let's go to Stormcast Eternals, because that's new. Let's see if the new stuff is in here for free. So Aventis, yes. What's something that's brand new? Karazai. Okay, it's new. So what do we see on here? It tells you what it is. Tells you its keywords. Oh, sorry, it's battlefield role at the top. Behemoth and leader. Says it's 600 points. That's lovely. Not for the new books though. Well, so for me, the new books. So this is how I expected it to work. This is how the old Age of Sigmar worked, right? So the way it worked was the War Scrolls are free. So Bastion Carthalos, we can read all the stuff about that. It's got its keywords and everything. Love that. Like it's always a bit like wordy, of course. But I would expect the spell lore to be locked. There we go. So if you own a copy of Battletome Stormcast Eternals, so that's as a free non-signing user, I can access all the War Scrolls. I am happy, says T-Man Cash, and I agree. Like this is absolutely what we wanted. This is. Rob, keep in mind this is a free beta. War Scrolls are free so far. Yeah, like I mean, I think rules should be free. We've talked about this before. You and I, as an audience, I think the rules, carte blanche. I think this app should be free, and all the rules should be free, so that they actually make us buy the minis because they're a miniatures company. Yeah, but they're also not. They're also like they're also like like a deadly like. Not deadly, that's not the right word, but they are a business trying super hard to make as much money as possible, and sometimes they, Mr. Rob, that's not a nice way to talk about Games Workshop! That's right, Shilly has arrived. He only just arrived today, so I haven't had time to do the plans. Big reveal. What the fuck was that? If you guys don't know who Shilly is, fuck man. Yeah, right. Double review. Anyway. Shilly, 100% worth it. Thanks, appreciate that. We'll talk more about Shilly on another show. This is an important day. We won't be as silly today. Stop the fucking review. No, we'll talk more about Shilly later. Anyway. Free War Scrolls is excellent, and it works. Like, I imagine loads of stuff is missing, because this is what they do. They tend to miss loads of stuff. They're not very good at, like, data. Artifacts of power. There we go, and they're locked behind a paywall. Okay, so the War Scrolls are free. You're going to have to pay for a battle tome to unlock the artifacts of power, the spell lore, the scriptures, and everything else like that. But they'll be on Warhampedia, like if you don't want to pay. But the important part is as a non-subbed user. Now, someone has said, like, so we may have to pay £5 a month for Warhammer Ploos to be able to have the War Scrolls for free, at which point they're not free, they're £5 a month, which is a paywall, which is bad. It's definitely a bad version compared to how we all used to have it. But you get loads of stuff for Warhammer Ploos, I guess. Like, you get this, you get, I don't know. Like, argue amongst yourselves about, like, they should just be fucking free anyway. So, I've already told you, I think the rules should be free, let alone this app. But it's not going to be, but it works, which is great. Hats off to the Games Workshop and the app team. Bob and correct. Like, a huge round of applause. Thank you for... Oh, hold on. Let me just make sure I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be on my phone. I had to make sure I turned off all notifications. You do get the videos of the painting tutorials, and that is super worth it. Salutations, Arcane Ring. Hats off. So not a 40k beta debacle. So these are the references, right? So let's look at a book that doesn't have... so Flesh Eater Courts, right? So Subfaction Allegiances, Gristle Gore, it's all in there. So it's like what they did with 40k, only doesn't seem to be a shit show. As in, right now, everything that's old is free completely to read. However, as new books come out, they will no longer become free. And also, the War Scrolls for those new books are free. So again, going back to Stormcast, the War Scrolls for those books are free. So Stormcast Eternals, War Scrolls. This is great, man. This is really good. Well done, like, to these guys. So there you go. The War Scrolls are free. Let's go look at our favorite units. Dun 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 dun. Judicators. Oh, nice. Look at that. That looks lush. AOS like 40k, not a shit show. Sounds about normal. So they made a good app. Rydro Casto. Yes, I haven't tried to build an army on it yet. So let's do that. Stormforge. Okay, let's build an army. Army name. Honest Wargamers. I need a faction, please, chat. Wargamer crew. Give me cities. Cities is going to be Tarkonex. All right, fuck it. Let's try cities. Let's push it because cities is quite hard to do. Confirm. Army type. Let's just do Tempest Guard, or we could try and be super weird and awkward about it. But Tempest. Choose Battle Pack. Ooh, pitched battles. Contest of Generals. Is that what the? I wish they'd just say GHP 2021, man. Like, choose my tournament Gits army. I pack a fuck, I know. 3,000 points. Yeah, let's play 3,000 points. Like, we're mental. Create army. Okay. Let's add some stuff. Uh-oh. Yes, this. Okay. Alright, I haven't added anything. Add a unit. No. Ploos. Oh no. Oh no. Why has it got? Okay, there's a filter. Don't worry. Oh no. Oh wait, because it's a Sigmar. Okay, that's why I'm seeing a lot. Right, that's just fine. Go to filter first. Okay, invocations and terrain. So we want to choose some lead. Let's choose a leader. Let's make it a bit difficult. Let's go for a leader. Hey man, this is nice. Let's go for a leader. Nice, and then let's take a rune smith. Rune smith. Rune lord. That's what I meant, obviously. So rune lord, and I want to make him the general. So let's make him the general. He is the general, so that should unlock some battle line. Choose an artifact. I think I've played Age of Sigmar before. Thank you. Amulet of Destiny right there. Do you want the Amulet of Destiny? The Patrician's Helm is what most people take. Let's take the Patrician's Helm. I don't know why I'm fucking being so serious about it. Command trait Hawkeye, obviously, because I'm playing Cities of Sigmar. Choose a prayer, sure. Let's have. Well, it's got. Whatever. He can have heal. Okay, so he's the general. So that should have, in theory, unlocked our battle line. Dwardin now is what it should have done. So, I didn't save that. Let's try this again. Boom, 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 boom. Battle line, filter units, and it should have. Yes, look at it. Boom. Iron Drakes have been added. We're just going to MSU Iron Drakes, by the way, lads. That's our plan. And it works. It seems to work. Now let me see what everyone in the chat's saying. That's why I said cities on Wargamer. It will really put the app through its paces. Yeah, it's a good point. It's in whole order range. Love the anvil hat. Can we download the app? The app is live on whatever it's called. Hey, Get Hooked. Thanks for resubscribing, baby. Sub a dub. Put it in a rob in a tub. Thanks, Get Hooked. Click the ally button. What happens then? Can you put them in a regiment? Oh yes, that's a good point. Let's try and do some list building here. Hey man, this works nice. Battalions. Add a battalion to army by tapping on the plus icon. Sure. Okay. Command entourage. Okay, let's just do battle regiment. Okay. Just to be quick. And then how do I add stuff to it? Add a unit to your battalion by tapping the plus icon. So is that separate now? Frostheart Phoenix. This is the first time we've used it. Oh, it's added it into the battle regiment. But that's separate to the all units? Oh, so... Okay, so really if you want to build your list, you don't do the all units part, you just do the battalions. The app is quite a bit better than that. Yeah, it seems really good, man. The scrolling finger is getting a workout, yeah, for the app working. Bobbin, thank you for subscribing and for donating a gift subscription to Mine Orlando. click your units dots. Okay. Place in battalion. Yes. Fucking absolutely. Let's remove you then. Delete. All units. Rune Lord. Place in a battalion. Oh no. Oh yeah, I've done it. Oh. Iron Drakes, placed in a battalion. No, need to dots it. Place in battalion. Oh man, this is good. And the units of the dot, you can 3 dots, and then like I'm in there. I want to look at Iron Drakes. Oh, show me the war scroll. Oh man. I mean, the design of this is some square-based Iron Drakes with this fucking thing slapped over it. But I'm not cussing at this point. Yeah, I'm not cussing because it's good. Yeah. The App of the Year Awards just got some spicy. This is good. And if you want to change Rune Lord from Commander to Sub-Commander, you have to click Rune Lord and change its place in the battalion. So let me just go to that. So I don't want him to be the. So I want to move him. Move from battalion. Okay. And I want to put the Rune Lord somewhere else. Place in battalion. And he's immediately gone. How do I move him from what someone said there? Oh, so you can move a unit into a battalion. Can you move it between battalions? That's what I'm just trying to work out now. But surely I've got no other leader. Help a boomer out. Where is this fucking app? It's not in the App Store. It should be. If someone in the chat can link it in the chat, that would be great. Click the Rune Lord, not the dots. Click the Rune Lord, not the dots. Oh, look at that. That's how you move them around. Okay, like not. Is that super intuitive? I don't know. It takes you like 2 minutes to like work it out with the chat. I've got like a couple hundred people helping me, so that really helps. Gargant battalions are still missing. Now I imagine, because they're never good at this, that there's going to be loads of stuff missing, right? But we can be really helpful. We can email them. We can tweet them. Tweeting them is really good. Like you can do all that stuff. And thank you everyone in the chat for linking it. So we can do that. And that will make it work, and that will like give them the feedback. But this works nice. This works nice. Like core rules, Sons of Behemoth FAQ. Is this all of the FAQs? I don't think this is everything, right? Thanks, chat. I honestly couldn't be happier and more surprised. Like I'm incredibly impressed. Like incredibly impressed. Yeah, like if it's £5 a month, whatever. But like it feels like it's got. We need to look at the output. That's really, really important. So let's build a list. Let's just go fucking a billion Iron Drakes. What else do we want in our list? Let's take a Hurricaneum because we're playing fucking Age of Sigmar. And then, can we have some dragons? Please gift dragons. You can search for them, Drake. Man, love that. Let's get some more dragons. Where are we up to points-wise? Smashing it. We're absolutely smashing it. Let's put some stuff in battalions. What else do we need to put into battalions? Let's put some Iron Drakes in battalions. Let's put some more Iron Drakes in battalions. Let's put some Drakes. Can I put Drakes in a battalion? Oh, wait, give me this battalion. What does it do? Does it tell us? Lol. Great. This is good. How many Drakes have I got? Give me my list back. This is great. Placing battalion. Going really well. Okay. And I want to move my Rune Lord, so I want to go to battalions. I want to press this. Nope. I want to go to battalions. I want to press this. It's got my Rune Lord in. I want to move him to the sub-commander. Nice. And then I want to put my Hurricaneum as the general for some reason. Let's try that out. Hurricaneum, place in battalion. Nice. And he's gone. Okay. Right. Now let's output this bad boy. Whatever this terrible list is. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Copy to clipboard. Invalid created. I like invalid created with the app. If you want to choose your Triumph and Grand Strategy, you have to click points in bottom left corner and choose options on the top of the screen. It took me a few minutes. Thanks, Furor. There are programs to let you cache your phone screen. So, quick question: how are you streaming your phone screen? Says Tonut Studio. I'm using an Android phone and a Windows computer, and there's just a Windows has your Android phone just has a button you press and it's just like cast, and you've got to be on the same network. It took me like 20 minutes to sort out in the morning, but it's sorted now, if that helps you. Were we thinking of the Tony P? We were thinking of Tony P the whole time. I imagine it being way more dramatic, says Duck Guts. What, doing this? Yeah, I agree. And I've got too many fucking drakes in there, I think. And it's not. That's why there's too many drakes in my list. Let's remove some drakes. All units. Where's all my units? Get out. Remove from battalion. Anyway, so that seems to work. The output is the bit that's like I might be a bit questionable about. Tells you what it does. Rune Lord. What am I trying to do? Add a triumph. Someone says to add a triumph plus. How do I add a triumph? I feel like this collective. If you want to choose your triumph and grand strategy, you have to click points in the bottom left-hand corner and then choose options. Where am I doing that? This. Grand strategy required. Okay. Choose grand strategy. What? They're not all there. Okay, so there are only 3 grand strategies, so they're not all there at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. Came in for the app spice, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Yeah, me too. But not all of. I highly doubt all of the information is there. Scroll down. I'm trying to scroll. Look at me scroll with my scrolly finger. Oh wait, this is Contested General's core book. Fucking get in. How do I change that? This options. They are there, but sorry everyone. They are there, but it's because you pick contest generals instead of pitch battles. Thank you very much. So pitch battles is GHB 2021. Okay, fine. General choice doesn't change. Battle line for Stormcast Eternals, it seems. Okay. You start over. All right, fine. Give me a sec, boys. I've just got to take my jet jumper off. It's way too hot in here. I don't know what I did. Okay, we're back. Let's get it on. So let's start a new one. Okay. V2. Choose battle pack, and we're doing pitch battles. Choose a points limit of 2,000. Nice. Oh, that's why I let you do fucky stuff. Let's pick a cool Tzeentch army. I suppose we're meant to be trying to break it, aren't we? And I think Cities of Sigmar already broke it because it looked like it said. So if we do Cities of Sigmar again, confirm. And then again we'll go Tempest Eye, confirm. And then we create the army. Right. So then we want a battalion. Let's add a battalion. And let's not do Alpha Beast Pack. Let's do Battle Regiment. Vanguard? What do we want to do? Let's do Warlord, like everyone has ever done. Right. So then we want to add a Rune Lord, right? Because we want the Rune Lord to make the Iron Drake's battle line, and I think it was saying it was not accurate. Does it tell you what's wrong? Battalion slot minimum not met. Oh, nice. It tells you what you've done wrong. That's great. Beastmaster, let's choose that. Triumph, let's just choose Inspired. Warnings, so we've done that. That's fucking great that it tells you what you haven't done. That's so good for new people. That's so good. Rob does buying physical books unlock stuff in the up. Yes, Wolfen Studios. So the way it'll work is you have to buy the physical books to get a code. You won't be able to buy the digital books to unlock the code. So it will still be the same as 40k, which is a terrible system where you can only buy the physical book so that you can unlock the code in the app. That'll be the only way it works. If you want to break it, try Skaven, no subfaction, artifacts, and command traits. Okay, there we go. I would send them feedback. Like, there are some bugs already. You can reinforce terrain, Archeon is an ally, Lumineth Archers not battle line. This is so much better than I expected. I 100% agree with you that like there'll be like stuff in the wrong place. I imagine some of the actual like information will be wrong. Like something will say that it's 3 to hit or a 5 to hit when it's a 4 to hit. I imagine that there'll be loads of that wrong. There'll be loads of like data inefficiencies. But functionally, it seems to work quite well, right? Base app is solid. You can either choose units and then add them to a battalion, or you can start with a battalion and then add the units to your armies that are in it. Oh, nice. So let's do that. Let's do it that way around. So I'm in a battalion, and I would like an artifact of power. Yeah. Because nice, thank you very much. So I want to add a unit into my army straight away. So let's add in Rune Lord. So add him in, bosh. And then with that Rune Lord specifically, if we press it, oh no, let's go back. That Rune Lord, we want him to be a sub-commander. Amazing. But we also want him to be the general. Nice. And we choose an artifact, Patrician's Helm, sure. And then we want a command trait, so again, Hawk-Eyed. Nice. Choose a prayer, doesn't matter. Let's have guidance. No one's ever taken that, but that's fine, that works. And then we want to add some more dudes into this battalion, so we're going to add a Hurricanum, because we're really fancy. Oh, let's add a Frostheart. Frost. Okay. He's not the general. And then let's add some troops. Let's add some Iron Drakes. That's what we were doing before. Okay, nice. Can we duplicate that? Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool, but we can't do that. Iron Drakes. Yeah. And then, oh, too many. Oh, nice, it tells you. Too many. Let's remove one. Nice. And then we need to add another dude into our... Oh, we need to add a dude into our battalion. So let's add... Oh, no. This battalion. Let's add a unit. Hey, man, it's fast as well. Let's do an assassin. We don't want... Oh, he automatically... So they always automatically go in here. So in this, we want him to go in there. And we've got a legal battalion. Okay. And we got a little tick. If you message me, nothing happens because I turned off all notifications. You little shits. Can you name your Rune Lord? General? Enhancements? No, you can't. And like, honestly, that's fine. Like, that's great. In fact, I would go so far as to say that's great. Let's trigger everyone. I'm gonna give. I'll give him the Arcane Tome. But I was gonna give the Amulet of Destiny to the Frostheart Phoenix just to fucking make someone in the internet be like, "What?" I don't think we should be patting each other on the back for creating a minimum viable product. Don't get me wrong. I'm grateful it works, but this is apart from the bugs. Should be at the very least. Tarquinex, thank you for leveling out my expectation. That's a really solid point. Yes, this should at best be like. We are so the beaten wife of a customer, right? They've launched a minimally viably working product with a bunch of bugs in there. I assume there's going to be a ton of bugs, and also I expect a bunch of like data inefficiency, like not what's the word, like the data. What's the word I'm trying to look for? You know, where it's like. Not the efficacy, but anyway, some stuff will be wrong. Is the point? Why should I use this rather than Battle Scribe? Says Rotuk. It's a great point. Someone make a new war game that's cool. Says Glitwall Vagabond. Yeah, it's a cool idea. Yeah, inconsistencies. It's gonna have data inconsistencies, right? So Tarquinex makes a good point. It's a minimal working viable product, but the thing that other than because you'll have to pay, won't you? Looking at the War Scrolls was the key feature. If you'd have spoken to me yesterday and said, "What do you want from an app?" I'd have been like, "Just let me look at War Scrolls." And it seems like. Let's get out of the war build a bit, because honestly, we're going to use thing anyway. It seems like if I go to Stormcast Eternals, which is a new one, right, I can look at all the War Scrolls for free. Now, maybe I have to pay £5 a month for the privilege in the future. As someone who plays the game, does it for goddamn work, so £5 seems like fine. As someone who plays the game, so as you as an end customer, are you going to pay £5 to look at all the War Scrolls for free? I don't know. Seems like a lot. Are you going to pay £5 for like the War Scroll build a bit? All the War Scrolls? Maybe? You tell me what you think. Does the app make playing the game better? Yes. Yes. The difference between... I need to find a rule book. The difference between having a giant rulebook open and just being like, oh, wait, shit, let me just see what Retributors do. 3/3, Rend 2, damage 2, sweet, yeah? By the way, awful. What special abilities do... we can do the Stormcast review. What special abilities do they have? They do D3 mortal wounds. Oh, that's so good. Let me look at protectors. What do they do now? +1 save rolls to attack this target unit if at least half the models in this unit ran down are armed with Stormscythe Glaives. Oh my god, +1 save. Wow, so innovative, so unique, so fresh, so new. So wow. How will you deal with that like dry white bread that is that unit? Prosecutors with Stormclaw Javelins definitely don't look like that. It's definitely the wrong picture. Does the £5 not get you Warhammer Ploos too? Jeremy with the J, yes it does. The £5 gets you everything. It gets you those painting tutorials, which are phenomenal, obviously. 5 attacks with Ren 2 with 3+ save seems super good. It's not a Sheltog. In no way am I insulting protectors being good. That isn't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they're boring. They're boring. That's if you want to look at the tweet I was talking about with Wrathmongers today, I think that's going to be my continual statement about many of the War Scrolls that we see in the future. It's not that they're not dragons, they're just boring. And maybe that's because I've had like fucking Lamb Padras like force fed in my mouth via like Severith, and Lumineth, and it's just like been thrown all over my face. So like, after that, like anything less spicy, I'm like, that seems dull. But +1 save seems like a very I'm not sure right now. It will depend on how they set it up. I was a habitual user of the old app for War Scrolls only, so it stings I have to pay for a sub for that. If I can buy the book and put the code in, and then... So you also have to remember what they're doing as a business policy, right? So there's someone in a marketing department, I specifically know his name, but there's someone who's like brainchild it was to do Warhammer Ploos, yeah? That was their brainchild. They were like Bosch. Very much like the Warhammer community site was, right? But instead of producing good content on the Warhammer community site, they just put War Scroll Builder on there, and then they just do some like small little rules previews so people flock to the Warhammer community site. But there's nothing of any value in there. Like, it's not like a blog that you learn things from. Instead, you go to Goonhammer when you read very well articulated articles and you understand things. You walk away from it smarter, yeah, as opposed to dumber walking away from the community site. With Warhammer Ploos, they've done the same thing, right? Yes, you absolutely get animations, incredible painting tutorials, and I guess there are barrel boards there as well as like White Dwarf. Like, give a fuck. But you get that, but you have to pay so that you can use the apps, right? So the gaming community has bumped up those Warhammer Ploos numbers, yeah? Because when you're a gamer, like we all are, you say to yourself, £5 is fine because it's an app and I get this other stuff for free. Yeah, I even get a model at the end of it. Like, fuck, it's brilliant. Yeah, and then that marketing exec he's like, look how many people are using it. You're like, oh yeah, well, really they're paying just to look at some War Scrolls, but whatever. Rob, there's a MetaWatch article. Rob, there are MetaWatch articles on Warhammer community. That's true. Sorry, Warhammer Rob. There are. I should have said. Hey, Nogo Matthew. Great to see you. I feel like it's very Stormcast aesthetic. Great base profile with only slight difference in the rules, says Sheltog. Sheltog, just to go back to the Protectors conversation, but like +1 save is like nothing compared to being anti-monster. They always worked in different ways, right? You had anti-elite because you did mortal wounds from, what the fuck are they called? Retributors, thank you. Retributors. Then you had Protectors that were anti-monster. And then you had, oh god, what are they called? The other ones. With their plus attacks you used to get for hordes. But you had anti-hordes, right? So my point is that they had defined roles in an army. And now they're just like, one does D3, one gets +1 save, and one gets +2 attacks. It's like, it just doesn't feel as, flavorful. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's not that they're bad. At no point have I said that they're not good in the game, although dragons are better. Like, that isn't what I'm arguing. They also don't have the Redeemer keyword. Let's go find out. This is a quick Stormcast review for you guys off the back of the weekend. Where are the... I mean, I could search for them. Is there a search feature in War Scrolls? Oh, no. Oh, wait. Maybe. Let's look for retri. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a search feature. That's class. Aether Quartz Reserves in Lumineth is bugged. Don't worry, Joe. They're going to take all of your special rules off you, and you're just going to get like +1 save or +1 move as a special ability. So just for an app, $10 is a lot, says Tarquin X. I agree for you, Tarquin X. Doesn't have some of the more complicated validations like mandatory command traits for FEC, says Smitty Pence. Yeah, fair. I don't know. I imagine the War Scroll Builder isn't going to be good, but I've never used the Games Workshop War Scroll Builder ever. I use War Scroll Builder to create War Scrolls, but I just use this to look at War Scrolls while I'm making my War Scroll, while I'm making my army list. Also, Willie, don't have 3+ saves, even though lore specifically they say they have better armor. Yeah, that's true. Also, these two armies are entry armies in 3.0. Yeah, that's also a good point. Maybe we'll see less complicated stuff. You're right; these are entry armies, so you're not going to get like overly wrought. You're not going to get overly wrought units that have loads of rules. That like fly. And they have champions, and they have a weird, like, game-breaking dispersed formation. And, you won't have that with pages of rules in, like, a starter army that are battle line. You won't have that. It'll just be really simple with, like, +1 save. Like, they won't bother writing a ton of extra rules for specifically new units. Like... I really like this as a feature now for myself. Yeah, this is good. Anyway, I know. Listen, I agree. I agree with the idea that I still don't know how I feel. If we want to switch this up a little minute and stop talking about the app, I still don't know how I feel about the simplification of the War Scrolls generally and the game generally. Like, I think it's less fun, is my point. But I think Warhammer is always fun. But I think that there's not as exciting. I did a tweet yesterday about Wrathmongers. And the thing that I like about what I used to like about the old Wrathmongers War Scroll is that there was a weakness to them, but they had this like very flavorful rule. And even back then, when I played, when they were played as much as they've ever been played, they still weren't played much. The Wrathmonger rule, because they used to kill one, it used to be able to take over whatever killed it and then attack itself. So if you killed it with a monster would just end up attacking itself, and it was an amazing kind of counterpiece, right? It was great, but it was like it was one rule on a War Scroll that made this whole War Scroll come alive. It made the entire game drastically different by the interaction. +1 save isn't drastically different. Yes, it might be good, yeah, and never at any point have I said that things aren't good. They're just boring. And if you're like, hey, people should get a boring army to start, like, simple doesn't have to be boring. And that's my criticism, I think, so far of the Stormcast stuff. And, I mean, not the Drakes. They're not boring. They're, like, not the Chariot. The Chariot's not boring. It's like got one rule. Like, this is the thing about the Chariot, right? The Chariot's got one rule. So that's simple. It's not Severith. It's not fucking a wizard that, like, which model's a wizard. It's not super complicated like a unit of wardens. It's a Chariot. It's got one rule. It hits you, it does a Stonehorn set of, like, mortal wounds. That's all it has to do. I'm just saying, give it what +1 save isn't a fun. Doing D6 damage to monsters, super fun. Love that. Like, because if there are no monsters, you don't fucking take them. There's loads of hordes. You take the other versions. It's fucking great. But anyway, yeah, that's my point about it. Maybe I made my point badly on Monday, that it's not good. Also, if you're looking at the internal balance, it's not good. I don't know how you don't take dragons. I don't know, like, Evocators and Dracolines are 280 versus dragons, which are 285. Different world. Chariot build with Vexlord to give them all reroll charges. That's my point, Sheltog, right? Like Greg, you fucking little treasure. That's my point, right? Just having that one simple, it does impact hits when you write it. That simple rule. I'm not asking. I think, overall, I'm super keen on them making sub-factions simpler, and I'm super keen on them making battle traits and everything else simpler. I think, maybe, I'm still unsure 100%, but I think I settle on, I'm happy. But then when you move to, everything's pretty fucking dry, Like, especially when it's a numbers thing. It's so boring in 40k when someone's like, I've got +1 strength, so this unit's way better. What a boring conversation to have. Like, I sometimes find it hard to pitch Warhammer to people because I'm like, hey, do you know why this guy's good? Because he's got +1 strength over that guy, yeah, or he's got more +1 save over that guy, and their like eyes glaze over and like they're dead, yeah, they're like, this sucks, right? But the but when I'm like, that guy kills that guy, he's going to take over his body and like filled with blood energy, yeah, and he's going to like murder himself. You're like, yeah, fucking yes, give me that, inject that shit into my veins. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, 76 War Scrolls, not excusing Games Workshop, but 76 interesting War Scrolls would be a head fuck. Hey, I'm not saying, but like they took interesting rules off, is my point. Like, they also took interesting rules off of old things. They were like, that was interesting, let's take that off. So, like, and I'm not saying, again, one cool ability per war scroll. That's 76. I agree with you. That's more than an afternoon work. That would take us lot more than an afternoon. Do you know what? That's what we'll do next Wednesday. We're going to go through the narrative of each Stormcast fucking unit, and we're going to come up with one fun, simple rule. I don't think that will be hard. Really don't. I think between us, we can crack it in most of an afternoon. We're not a multi-million-pound company. I reckon we get it. I just put in Matthew's tech list from the Faction Reaction Stormforge and realised it's probably not legal. Newbie here. Bergen, I wouldn't use the Stormforge as a way of checking if a list is legal or not. At the moment, you would want to wait. Okay? Hey, Kansas. Last Sunday's gaming did a prayer on 6, cursed my Gargant, and used my Gargant to smash another of my units. It was the best thing that happened that tournament. Rules like that are memorable. Lex, you and me, baby. Forever. You've got it. Great, simple rules. Yeah, game systems where the rules help tell the story way better than just this dude is stronger. A.K. Craig, that's my point. And I hope I've explained it well. Maybe I didn't explain it well enough on Monday. And so this has been nice, although it's been jammed at the end of, like, a fucking app review. Right, okay, let's go back to the app. They may have been doing that for a while. They took rules off Slanesh Demons with their new book. Not depower the rules, remove them wholesale. Mandolis, you're absolutely right, and I know you'd pay attention more than anyone. Fluff a narrative on the War Scrolls makers or narrative gamers. We want to be narrative gamers. You want to force us to be narrative gamers. Yeah? I want to sit across from... Well, maybe it's a me thing. I want to sit across from someone... Yeah, I don't just want to be numbers and pushing stuff around. I want to be like, there's this cool thing that this dude does. Like, that's why procking on 6s to hit is really exciting. Because you're looking for your dice, you're like, yeah, hit you extra fucking hard, let's go! Like, that's cool. Anyway. The War Scroll this seems fine. Has anyone got any other bits of feedback on the app? Because the app seems to work fine. I wouldn't trust the army builder yet. And also, this is also, I mean, the other weird thing about the app, which is the same app as this is the same app as the 40k app, but although functional. One of the things about this, which kind of like bugs me, is when I buy a digital book. You can't buy a digital book. When I buy the physical book, like I've got the 2 new battle tomes on pre-order for this week, so I get the code and it'll unlock the extra rules. Although, like, it doesn't unlock much, lads. Like, Stormcast Eternals, what do I unlock? Grand Strategies, don't care about them. They're all worse than the core ones. Core Battalions, maybe that's important, I guess. Sub-faction allegiances, I already know what it does. They blow up on a 6. Like, I think I learnt them... Like, I think I learnt... Oh, I don't need to show you the screen. I think I learnt these, like, off the top of my head, so I think I'm fine. It's not complicated. I think the old Stormcast War Scroll are being conflated a bit. I never read their last battle tome and thought any of those War Scrolls were particularly interesting. No, Dan Hobbles, you're right. But this gives you an opportunity to make them interesting. Is there a score sheet on it? No, there is not. Turn enemies into dogs with Belladamma Volga is great. That's a great one. Turn enemies into dogs, Jantiro. I need to fix the RTL text issue, but what's that? I guess it only affects some languages. It's okay. Just a bit annoying. I love the rest. War Scrolls Points is a good app. Yeah. A lot of content can still be added to a list. Just can't see the rules for it. Okay. Everyone has a little narrative in them, even if it's just the moment where the Drukhari Archon that killed the Dreadnought with a Venom Blade and melee that one time you keep telling your friends about. Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons we tell. It's one of the most exciting bits about the game, right? Is the storytelling. Can you look at the Soul Feast, the Keeper's Secrets, see what War Scroll is on? Wait, okay, so what are we looking for? Keeper of Secrets. Is that what we're looking for? Keeper. Oh, I need to type better. Keeper. Oh, for fuck's sake, lads. Keeper of Secrets. What am I looking for? What does everyone want? Do we know where to send feedback suggestions for the app? That's a great question. We don't know. The app lets me take 4 units of 2 herdstones, so I'm enjoying it. I wish someone would make an ITC Battles app for Age of Sigmar 9 Bell. That would be great. That would be great. I wonder what that would look like. Let's go find out. Let's do that. Let's play a game. I don't know which version this is. Let's go play a game. This is a game in progress. How do I play and make a new game? Well, I'll just show you the game in progress at the moment. Add a game. Let's play a singles game, shall we? Oh, God, finalize my game against Nathan. Okay, let's see what he does in round 2. Battle tactic. I'm going to try and do Ferocious Advance. I completed it. Nice. So I scored 2 victory points. No monsters did I do it with. Good. And then so forth and so on. So something like this is what you would like. I think that's on the way. I think is the simple answer for everyone. Also, we have an app. What app is this? Soon.tm. The output stats better be good, Robert. I know Warhammer, Rob. I know. Anyway, so what app is it? I showed you what app it was. Let me show you. It's right there. Bosh. Boom. There we go. The Honest Wargamer Ploos. The Ploos. Thank you. So I think. All right. Let's. Shilly would love that app. Shilly would hate that app. Yeah, Ploos. So let's kind of like do a roundup of what we think about it. The app as is. We lost the app, which worked fine, and gained a new app behind a paywall. Fair enough. This is kind of my like TLDR. The app itself on launch works quite nice and functionally works. There's loads of data inconsistencies and problems, yeah, which is good, fine, I guess. It's not fine. It's what happens. Like, in no way, in 1,000 years, would anyone be able to convince me. Like, this is so much better than I expected. But probably, truthfully, the very baseline of what a company at that level should produce. And probably the data inconsistencies drop it below what you should expect. You probably should expect the people who produce the thing to have the most consistent data entry stuff. But, I mean, like, how do they put it in wrong or not include the stuff if they've got access to it all? I don't know. Like, you know, it's easy to do, I guess. And it's going to be that simple. So there's that. Let me see what you guys think in the chat. My takeaway: Games Workshop killed a working app that you can pay for already to charge more for a worse app. Fair. Also, all Wizards War Scrolls are worded differently. Brilliant. Honest Wargamer Ploos will be $6 and £9 per month. I think it's going to be free. Pretty certain it's going to be free. Because why would we charge it? I think it's free. Can we trust them to even fix it any reasonable time anyway? It's a good point, Greg. I wasn't expecting this, if I'm honest. Like, and it was kind of announced without any fanfare. They're like, well, I mean, they did a post the other day, but they're like, oh, app's out. And I'm like, all right, I guess this works. Thanks, Tristan, for putting the link in. Thank God we're Games Workshop's secret favourite child and they don't give us minimal effort like 40k Big Brother. That's true. Is it going to be paid app or just an army builder slide? I think, Diadrin, I think you'll have to pay after it's out of beta. And I think whether or not it's in beta is based on just the community feedback, basically. But you don't have to pay to use it now. You do have to create a My Warhammer account. But you're going to have to pay for the books anyway. The basic stuff from the app isn't behind a paywall, is it? Just downloaded it and can access everything. Will they charge us after the beta? I don't know. They haven't obviously announced any for information. It's because I don't think they know their process. Like, they have no idea how it's going to be. Like, look at the launch of the 40k app. They launched it. They were like, charge everyone money. Then they were like, a month later, like, by the way, it's beta now. It's beta. It's a beta app now. But this is better than that. Like, this is better than that. And it's got all of the data available. This is all I want is the War Scrolls. That's it. I look for, like, allegiance. To be fair, I can memorize the allegiance abilities now. I don't need to, like, this isn't like last edition. I can just remember them off the top of my head. So it's fine. Like, it's not much. And then if I need to reference it, I can use Wikipedia, I guess. And it has a few bugs. It's not perfect. But then it's probably the best thing that they've put out themselves. I don't know, man. Should put a payment option in those Wargamer Ploos that does nothing but link to Patreon. It says, yes, meatballs. Thanks, bud. My real problem will be when they try and charge me $10 to use rules I've already paid $80 for already, says Tarquin. Yeah, that's a good point. So, no. So, no, just quickly for you guys, for everyone, the way the 40k app works is if you've bought a codex or a battle tome, so if you've bought a codex or a battle tome, so this will be the same for the Honest War, for the Age of Sigmar Ploos app. If you've bought it, you have access to all your rules on there, even if you don't subscribe to the app, right? So you don't have to subscribe to the app. You just pay for your books, you unlock it with a code, and all of that stuff is in there for free, right? So that's fine. And then maybe the free version will always have free War Scrolls, in which case we've just got the same app again. Which, why would you spend so much money doing the same thing? That's weird. But the same app, again, only when you buy the digital books, this is a point I didn't make before, when you buy your rule book and then you put the code in, you don't have access to any of the narrative. Like, none of the narrative is there, and it's only available in, like, a paper version of the book, like, which I think is rubbish. Shout out to Wikipedia, what a wonderful Russian man, has a Patreon. Yeah, Glitter World Vagabond. Just for everyone listening, be YouTube thugs or anything, Wikipedia.ru has a Patreon. Probably the most valuable Patreon in Warhammer, I'm going to say. And yes, I do have to use Nathan's Gits army in a tournament now, which is fucking rubbish. Though, who knows why they would make a worse app when they had an app that works already. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. Anyway, it's been super fun talking to you guys about it. Obviously, hit me up with ideas or thoughts later on. Where is the paywall compared to old 40k app? Has a unit data, just no rules for free. App can be downloaded on Google App, not from the site. Where is the paywall compared to old? Where is the paywall? I don't know, actually, Golgotha. Actually, I don't know what... If you pay £5 a month for the Ploos, I don't even know what you unlock. It's because it's in beta, right? Golgotha, they haven't decided what they're going to charge us for yet, right? That's what they'll do. They've just thrown it out there, then like, we're going to make someone pay at some point. We just don't know what point. Look at the 40k app. They had no roadmap or plan for the 40k app. They have none for this. They've just put it out there, and at some point, they'll either charge us for more or they won't charge us at all. The one thing we can be thankful for is they don't really give a fuck about us as a game. Like, we're a fire and forget for game, and they just focus on 40k. Because it's like nearly 4 times as much. So, like, we're super lucky. Yeah, they're just going to leave us the fuck alone. So the only thing that we need to hope is that they update the information when it comes out. Changing the app completely is actually good in software development. You have what's called technical debt, meaning that demolishing and rebuilding is often better than modifying, breaking an old system to work with new requirements. Thanks, Yes Meatballs. Appreciate you. Super fun chatting to you and working out feelings on the app live on stream. Thanks, Tarquin. Yeah, it's been really fun with all of you. It might be in a better place for adding to in the future structurally, yeah. Rambo Squirrel, that's a super good point. If the app tells you when you have built a list wrong, what happens when you choose a Gits as the army? I don't know. An old app may have worked, but the underlying tech might not have been maintainable. Chris Seaton! Look at the usage data, and the bits most clicked on will be paywalled. Yes, that's great. I agree with that. What's the app actually called on the Google Store? Some people had links in the chat if you want to put it in. They made it because they wanted to get rid of the app purchases through the App Store. Oh, yes, of course they did, A.K. Craig. there's the point. I'm like, why did they redo it? And Yes Meatballs' point is correct, but I don't think Yes Meatballs, you have to agree that they're not that smart. Like, to that be their conversation. They've made the new app, so they don't have to use the paywall. Thanks, AK Craig. Great point, of course. I think we're paying for Stormforge after beta. Everything else is free to view. That's great. As long as we keep War Scroll Builder, I'll just be in the same place, which is fine. Google Store is just Age of Sigmar. Anyway, really exciting talking to you all about this. There's still loads more to talk about. If you give me a minute, because I kind of can Shilly do the outro. No, Shilly can't do the outro. He's not ready. I don't know what I'm gonna do with Shilly yet. What's the best way to contact the honest Wargamer? Arcane Ring. Tweet me. DM me on Twitter. It's probably the best way to get to me. I'm probably the only thing I'll ever fucking check. I've got a lot of people to reply to, so Shilly is out in beta right now. What was I going to say? There's also an update for the Slaves to Darkness Battletome from White Dwarf. I was going to talk about that today, but I might talk about that tomorrow instead now. There's no way to contact us Wargamer. I've DM'd you tons and never got a reply. If you DM me at 6 Dice Skills, just fucking tweet me and let's get on it. What do you want to message me? Are they still selling the book digitally through the website? No, they won't sell the book digitally. The book will be unpurchasable digitally. So good. Okay, Tarkon X, I'll get on it. Listen, I'm listening whilst putting experiments together at work. Shilly popped up right just when my boss walked in. Very awkward. Should we see what Shilly thinks of the app? I don't know what Shilly thinks of the app. Let's go find out. What does Shilly think of the app? Well! I think, Mr. Rob, they've been working very hard on making a new app, and you fucks should be grateful that they've done this. They've tried their hardest. Okay. Shilly should swear less, yes. Thank you, he should swear less. Because he's a good boy! And he thinks they've tried very, very hard. Right. Thanks, Shilly. Appreciate you, Shilly. Plausible deniability. Correct. They've done a good job. I didn't say it, Shilly did. Shilly needs a better dub. Yeah, I agree. Right. New career. I'm not sure that's true. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Just as a quick aside, next weekend, so not this weekend, next weekend, so the 24th, 25th, we'll be doing live coverage on the T-Sports Network for 40k, and live coverage on this Wargamer for, what the hell is it called? Age of Sigmar. So if you guys want to tune in to any live coverage that weekend, the whole team is going to be doing it, so there's a whole weekend of that next week. So you guys should tune in and hang out with us, because it's going to be super fun. So yeah, join me again tomorrow. We'll talk about those Slaves to Darkness War Scrolls. Thanks for tuning in. It's been great. See you guys soon, and look after yourselves.